Hey y'all, this is Audra Hicks with Simply Home. I'm your Tennessee Realtor. Today I'm going to be talking about first-time home buying, the market, interest rates. Oh, I know that's a bad word right now. And is now a good time to buy? So if you like my videos, please comment and subscribe below. And if you have any questions at all, please feel free to comment and I'll get back with you. I put the real in real estate. So a little bit about first-time home buyers. A lot of you might be scared right now to buy because you may have heard the interest rates are higher, which, by the way, have came down some. So what I try to tell you is now a good time to buy? Anytime that you are ready to buy is a good time for you, yourself, to buy. If you want to rent and, is that the better thing for you to do? That's totally up to you. But I can say, if you rent, you're paying someone else's house off versus buying where you're building equity. So if you want to buy, now is the perfect time to buy. If you want to wait till spring, we can get you there. So it just depends on your situation. Everybody's different. I never push anybody to buy. It's when you are actually ready to buy. Whether you have money down, do you need money down, all of that depends on each type of program. So, you have anywhere from THDA, VA if you're a veteran, conventional, and FHA. So some of them require a down payment plus your closing cost, or there's some with zero down. So a lot of my first-time home buyers like the zero down. I have had many that do have 20% down or more, but they either do 3.5% with FHA, 5% to 20% with conventional, or use one of the other programs that are zero down. So that is totally depending on you and your situation. So if you ever want to sit down with me, I'd love to have a buyer's consultation with you and go over the start to finish of buying a home. So, at any time you can do that. If you want to comment below and have any questions at all, feel free to do that and I'll reach back out to you. But a little bit about the market. We are going into the winter market, which homes will sit a little longer anyway. A lot of people say that the market's crashing and, you hear all these bad things, and that is not anything that you need to be listening to because there's so much untruth out there today. So the best thing to do is to sit down with a really good real estate agent and go over all of that. Now may not be the best time for you to buy, but I can say when me and my hubby first got married, I was 18, he was 21, and we saved. We lived on $20 a week for food. That was our budget for food. Still to this day, I do know how we did it, but in today's time, there's no way you can do that. But we scrimped and saved. We had basic cable. We just stayed home. We wanted our house. In 92, when we finally finished building, we did what is unheard of these days. And back then, they had what you call sweat equity or work equity, where you can buy your home and what you put into it there goes towards your down payment. Plus, we had to put some down on our down payment as well. So we were at the home every day after work until dark, doing what the builder had told us to do for our first little home. The first time, though, like some of our first-time home buyers, they may not have great credit, so we have to get you where you need to be. And for us, we didn't have bad credit, but the first time we went to apply, there was things on my hubby's credit that actually did not need to be there. That was not even his. It was actually from his mother who died of ovarian cancer in '89, and some of her things ended up on his credit, which he would have had to been like 2 or 3, I think, at the time when it was there. So we had to remove that. Didn't get the first house we went for. 6 months later, somebody pushed us, and we went for a little bit better house, a better piece of land. I think the first one didn't even have a basement, and we got a basement. So we were ecstatic that we got approved because we got with somebody who was able to help us figure out how to remove all that off his credit. And then we were able to buy our first home, build it, do the sweat equity, go to closing. My hubby read every document there was, and they said, well, I don't know why you're reading that because you can't change it. No, but you need to at least know what you're getting into. But here's the kicker. In '92, we were double-digit interest. But a young couple that had just done all that work and wanted that house, we didn't care what the interest rate was. At any time after that, when the market changes and interest rates go down, then you can always refi. So that's what I tell my people is if you are buying right now, then you're able to refi at a later time. So don't be scared of the interest rates. It's either get in now where you can get a home, one that you might not want to keep forever. Your first home doesn't need to be your forever home. Or it may be your forever home. You may be one that wants to live in it forever. Because I've had people from 18 to 80 that buy. Now, usually my first-time home buyers are anywhere from 18, 19, 20, in their 20s, up to 50s is what I've had for first-time home buyers. So you just never know. Some people have rented for a long time. But you're going to pay somebody's house note, whether it's your house note or you pay your landlord's house note. You're paying somebody's house note. If you want to build equity in your own, I would say buy. If you don't care about the equity and you just want to rent for the rest of your life, that's totally up to you too. But if you want to have the American dream, as they call it, buying your home, getting those keys and getting in that home is something that you've wanted, then I would do that in a heartbeat. So the market now is not what it was a few years ago, where we had to go look at homes like when, as soon as we could get there, we had to see several because everybody else was looking at those homes too. So we have multiple offers on homes. I'm a listing agent as well, so I do buyers, and I have help buyers buy, and I also have listings too. So I know the ins and outs of both sides of it. So on the buyer side, when we were in that market, a lot of people were in and out. They're on top of you in homes and trying to look. And then if your buyer really loved a home, you needed to get the offer in immediately. So you had to have pre-planned all your paperwork ready. And, if this is the home for you, we need to put our best foot forward. Sometimes you got it, sometimes you didn't. But I always say if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But you've got to try your hardest. And I had some young couples that are like, well, maybe we won't ask them to pay closing costs. That's a great thing. So to answer the question about, is now a good time to buy? Well, of course. Now we're going into the winter market, and that means the listings sit a little longer. Sellers may want to give concessions, so maybe we can get closing costs. You won't have to overpay for houses right now. So in the market we're in, it's a better market for buyers, because once you go into the market that we had a couple of years ago, we have more multiple offers, competing with other buyers that might have better financing options or cash or whatever at that time, and then you may end up having to overpay for your house. So pay a little bit more in interest now, get a house at a better price, or wait until we hit the other market and then have to go out and endure that kind of chaos again. So I seen when we were in that market, a lot of clients ended up saying that they will end up needing to pay all their closing. They had their down payment. They had to come up with paying over and above if it did not appraise. I don't like for clients to get in that boat. Only the clients that really wanted to do that, they weren't forced to do that, especially on my part. I wouldn't want anybody to overpay for a house. So, but you get that in that type of market. Right now we have a little bit more inventory, so now is a great time to buy if you're ready to buy. So to answer that question, yes. But also, any time is a good time to invest in real estate. So whether you want to buy your first home, buy your second home, or investment properties, now's a great time to buy. Interest rates right now have started to come down a little, so you'll see that. So I'm seeing high 6s and 7s. So, right now is a good time to buy and eventually just refi your house when the rates come down even more. Well, I don't think we'll ever get to the 2s and 2.5s, 3s for a long time. If I had to guess on that part, none of us think that we're going to see those for quite a while. So us ones who have our mortgage at that tend to keep that and not want to do away with it. But sometimes circumstances make it to where you need to sell and buy, and if it makes sense for you, then I would do that. So everything, you can't just put everybody in the same box and same bubble and say, you shouldn't buy or you should buy. Everybody does for their own reasons. So that's where you need to sit down and really go over that and figure it out. But just wanted to give y'all some insight of the market. Hope this has helped y'all. And if it has, please like and subscribe. And I will see you soon. Thanks. Bye.